Welcome to our channel, everyone. Today we are going to be making a tree of life, and we are going to be using copper wire and aluminum wire. And I've already got most of them done. I just wanted to tell you that the copper wire in the 22 gauge and the 22 wire in the 22 gauge, the copper wire is much more difficult to use, and I wore my hands out. And right here I'm showing you how to do a slip knot on the wire. And no, I am not doing it correctly. I should have been holding on to my work. My hands got a little lazy because they were exhausted. And I had only put on 10 wires. So on this tree I have 20 wires that are the aluminum and 10 wires that are the copper. And I did 2 wires of aluminum and then 1 wire of the copper. And these are cut to 30 inches long, and it is an 8-inch hoop. And I put in about 15 half twists, and that puts them about equal in height. So now I'm going to be dividing them into 5. And what we'll do is we'll split the third one, and so half the third one is on the left and half the third one is on the right. Pushing the bottom of the roots together. Makes it easier to get the other ones out of our way. And the next 5. I'll end up sending that copper wire to Marianne. She is much tougher than I am. BENECREAT has a coated wire that is gold, and so it's still the aluminum, just it has the coating on them. And I think that's what I'll be buying next time. That's about 7 twists with your 5 wires. Oops, lost it there. Let's try that again. Make sure your wires are together. Go back through, make sure everything's about even. And even when you do this, you're going to, as you're pulling them together, you're going to find some that you feel like you just need to twist just a little bit more. So I'm actually making this tree for my sister, and it was her idea to mix the colors and to make the roots thicker. I think she'd seen a few of Marianne's where she had done that, and it's like, oh, you're right, it's so pretty. Yeah, it definitely is a lot thicker and harder to twist with the copper wire in there. Twisting it like this was pretty easy compared to all those little twists that I was doing. Now what I'm going to be doing is pulling out all of the Casey Gold, which is the copper wire. And I'll pull it down. And then I'm going to use these gradient pink leaves that I built. I built 40 of those, and their wires are 16 inches long. And I used the BENECREAT 22 gauge. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's a gradient in there of pink. So it's a hot pink, pink, and then a light pink, and then I use the clear bicones. It's funny how some colors don't show up on the camera. I'll start from the bottom and try to pull all these gold wires out. It's anodized. Yes, it's anodized. So that is copper wire that is anodized Casey Gold. BENECREAT sells the aluminum wire that is anodized in the gold as well. It's a light gold. I don't think it's a real dark one. I haven't ordered it. I've just seen it on Amazon, but you know how that goes with colors when you're watching a monitor. It could end up being a dark gold. We'd have to ask Marianne about that one. She's probably bought it. Now at this point, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the gold wires. I could just trim them off but I saw on Facebook a short, and a lady was curling the wires, and that was pretty neat. So maybe we'll try something like that. It's just getting them untangled first. I'm really enjoying experimenting and doing different things with the Tree of Life and learning, and it's so great because Marianne will watch a video and then she'll either text me or send me an email telling me what a great job I did and any suggestions that she has, and it just makes her such a great teacher. I am so very fortunate. We are all so very fortunate to have her. She is awesome. Sorry you have to watch me take all these out. Especially since we don't know what we're doing with them. So at this point, we're going to be dividing them into sections of 8, and then from 8 to 4, and then 4 to 2. Had to give my hands a little break. So this is the trick I learned on Facebook, was that curly thing, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. I just wanted to see how they'd look if I curled a couple. I had a wild wire there. So now we're going to take that 8 and twist it down. And we're putting in anywhere between 5 and 7 twists here. And that's just to make sure everything's going to be together. We'll twist it out just a little bit more as we go through. So just make sure everything is nice and lined up. Now we're going to take our 2 sets of leaves and twist them together. Marianne has a link, a YouTube video that I can post a link of how to make those leaves. And on this one, it's just a simple pink gradient. So again, it's the hot pink, and then light pink, and then the clear bicones. And I did do 40 of them at 16 inches long. And here I'm just cutting off the tails of the leaves. And then I do my best to twist in those wires. Anything I miss, we can get them when we bend the branches. And here I just do anywhere between 3 and 4 half twist. Well, there I did 5. And what I want to do here is make sure that when I put that branch on, I can turn it and it can cover the hoop. And again, I'm just cutting the tails, and that's off the leaf. And using the heat of my hands to straighten out the wire so I can go around the hoop nice and neat. So those longer wires, I keep those because I can use them to make flowers and things. I haven't done that yet on a video, but they're a lot of fun. But I also like making the leaves. They're just very therapeutic. And for me, I really like all the leaves on the Tree of Life. I love that full look. Remember to hold on to your work. Get rid of these. I'm not sure why I didn't pre-twist these. Maybe it was because I was got worn out from that gold, that copper wire. Yeah, I just love these colors for my sister. They just remind me of her when I go out for a walk, whether it's in my yard or in the woods or in a park, and I see pink and white flowers. They always remind me of her. Just so delicate and beautiful, and she's always been that way. She's as pretty on the outside as she is on the inside. Got a very beautiful soul. And she's a very talented artist. So I do this side so that I can balance the tree and keep the tightness the same and kind of keep it in the center. But don't worry if you lose the balance. You can move the leaves around and kind of regain all of that just in how you slide your leaves along the hoop. I love that saying that Marianne has about, it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. Can't help but smile every time she says that. My goodness. It's like, that's exactly right. So I just make sure that I end my twist right at the hoop, and that way I'm not taking the twist around the hoop, so I don't have some big bulky thing there that I'm going to be trying to cover with a leaf. Just making sure it's nice and neat. Pushing in those pokey wires. So it makes it kind of hard to have these extra wires down here because I can't spread anything out until I get them squared away. I probably should have done them first. But what I'm going to do is just the best that I can. I may end up having to make some more leaf sets to fill in just because at this point I don't know where the holes are going to be. And then if I do have to fill it in, I'll twist the leaf sets off of the hoop rather than off of the tree. So I'll just have to cut my wire proportionately so it just looks like another branch. Yeah, when I try to cut those off, or when I do cut those off, I try to twist in the cut wires. And on that aluminum, it's pretty easy to do because it's so soft and bendable. Another thing that I found is you can actually untwist them once, and once for sure, without having to worry about something breaking on you. And for anyone that's new, I just want you to know that Marianne taught me how to do all of this stuff. I just watched her videos. Some of them I watched twice. Some of them I watched, I paused, I did, and then I unpaused. She is an excellent teacher. I've never really had talent with my hands before. And I can tell you that I'm pretty proud of what we've come up with here. Okay, so this is the technique that I saw on Facebook. And so basically, I'm just taking the gold with this Sharpie and I'm going to roll it up. And you want to like roll it like from the right to the left or the left to the right so that you don't get it tangled on itself. And that really, that takes a little bit of time to do that. I think the lady on the Facebook was using, doing this twist and making them spring-like for jewelry. But like I said, it was a short, and you know how those Facebook shorts are? Sometimes they cut off in the middle of them. Maybe that was on purpose. I don't know. But I got this part and I thought, you know what? This might be a good idea to do with this gold wire. I'm only using an 8-inch hook, so I really didn't need the 30 wires. I just need the 20. But my sister wanted a thicker trunk, and she liked the multicolor, so that's why I went this route with her tree. And I'm going to finish this, but I'm not sure we're going to keep it. See what it looks like when it gets all done. We're at the halfway mark. Woohoo! Okay, I didn't feel like boring you with the rest of that, so you kind of got the idea. Now I get to spread out the leaves, and we can go from there. I like to be able to do this so I can see where the holes are going to be, where I need to fill in. I'll be sure to link all of the beads and the wire and the measurements and Marianne's tutorials on how to make the leaves in the description section. Know that making the tree of life, it is just so entertaining to me, and just kind of gives me a nice creative outlook and outlet. And it's every time I make a tree, I get another idea. And let's do this. Let's try this. Marianne just posted a video, and she has 1,000 uploads to her channel, and it's of just everything that you can imagine. She does so many different hoops and so many different styles, and the moons, and oh gosh, just some wall art. She did some double hoops for her son and daughter-in-law's wedding, which were just gorgeous. I love the colors. Spider webs and the little spiders. And she has her playlist set up very nicely, so it's easy to find stuff when you're looking for it. She has a playlist just on the different products that she uses, where she gets them. Getting rid of those little wires. Sorry, I got off camera here a little bit. I'll get better at this. I think this is only my third or fourth video to put on YouTube, so I'm just learning. Patient with me. Oh, this is turning out so pretty. I think Annie will love it. Still not real sure about those gold wires. Remember to hold on to your work, especially when using the lighter gauges. And just support everything that you're doing. And I know that when I'm putting on these leaves, I'm using the doubles because I'm using 4 wires to put them on. But the 22 gauge is still a lot weaker than the 20 gauge. But for people just getting started, that aluminum wire, it'll, instead of discouraging you, it will encourage you just because it twists so nice. And I mean, just the heat from your hands, I've said that before, you can straighten it, you can untwist it if you've made a mistake. Not too many times, but yeah, once or twice you can do it. And it's really easy to work with. And for me, I do this for fun. And I do this for gifts. So I want to keep it fun. I don't want to make it so that I hurt after I get done with the project. But if you're younger or just have really strong hands, try the other wires and see if you like them better. I mean, they definitely feel more durable than the aluminum, but it's not like anybody's going to be, playing with this or moving it around too much. They'll get it in its spot, and that's where it'll stay until it's time to clean it. One thing I did with my first ones is I took them off of the window and I had them on with little suction cups. And I put them in my sink and I just filled up my sink with Dawn dish soap and a little bit of vinegar. And the vinegar doesn't react with the aluminum. So I just soaked them in there, and then I used the sprayer and I sprayed them off, and then I put them on a towel to dry, and that worked excellent just for getting off the little bit of dust that was on them. But we live out in the country and dust is part of our lives, so and I don't know how the vinegar would react with the copper wire. I mean, whether it discolor it or change the color if you were using like the Casey Gold or the gold or any. They have a lot of colors in that brand. But you could always just start with the Dawn dish soap or any dish soap that you use and see if that'll work. I got some new colors. I'm going to be doing another peacock tree. I came up with another design for each leaf petal, and I'm going to be playing with that a little bit. And so my next tree will be another peacock tree, but with a little bit different design leaf. And then with that, I'll just do a tutorial on the leaf. It's a little more work, but it's a lot of fun. We're so close to being done. It actually goes really fast, putting the trees together. So after you have your leaf sets all built, that is the most time consuming. I enjoy it just because it's mindless work. You're just putting together a pattern, and yeah, I just think that that's really enjoyable. I think it takes about 5 minutes a leaf set to do. So you can do about 12 an hour. I think that's right in math. It's Friday. My brain is fried. I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, the more I like naps. I think I need one today. All right, we are so close, and this is coming out so pretty. Just gonna spread these out a little bit so that I have a little bit of room to move. Uh-oh. I might be caught on that solder spot. Oh well. We'll work with what we got. Oh, I think she is really gonna like this. It's turning out very beautiful. You guys have any ideas for those gold wires? Leave a comment for me and give me some ideas. I'm still not sure I'm going to keep them on this tree, but you know, if I ever do a multicolor tree again, I will have something to think about and other ideas of how to incorporate those wires and make everything look pretty, especially for the, you know, having just a little bit of a thicker tree trunk of the tree. Yeah, next time I think I'm going to get all these twisted together first so I can just put them on. I think I just had ants in my pants to get this one done because her birthday isn't until October, but I just wanted to make sure it gets done and in a box and ready. I have all my July birthdays done, all my August birthdays, and my June birthdays. Oh, last 2 branches, you guys. Yep, get those 2 out of the way. All right, let's get these spread out. Okay. What I'm trying to do here is just get it a little more centered. Yeah, sometimes it's easier to look at the back and to see where your wires are landing so that you kind of figure out where your center's off. Just putting just a little heat bend into my trunk. Just pushing a little bit and kind of holding it just a little bit so that there's some heat transfer. Oh. Yeah, look what I did from not holding on to my work. So now I have to put that guy back on. Lucky I know the lady who can fix it. And twisting really does tighten up a lot of the loose branches too. Alright, I'm really thinking about this gold, you guys. I'm going to tweak these just a little bit, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with that. I just don't know. Yep, don't know. Make them come out like this. Just kind of pull them out, see what I can do with them. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's too many of them. Okay, I think we're just going to get rid of them. I just don't think that we're going to be able to make those work. It was a fun idea. Maybe next time. Maybe on a peacock tree I can do something, maybe take them into the branches a little bit and then bring them down. I don't know. But I know that I want these off this tree. Does not look good. And I don't think I could make them look good. Alright, little fluffing. Like, didn't get everything about where I want it. Sometimes they get stuck and you have to go in from kind of behind and just push the little leaves out or part of a leaf out. Relayer. So I have these little girls on a swing. I think I'm going to put one of them on there. They're so cute. Let's see if I can smooth those out on you. I have the nylon pliers, but I just don't think they're going to work here. And just because I'm working around that branch. Yep, this is almost as beautiful as my beautiful sister. Let's see if I can get that one. Yeah. Get these arranged and then I'll get the glue. Oh, got a new bottle. And so this is the Loctite, and it's the gel. And so it works really well. And it stays in place and doesn't run down on your beads. It doesn't gas out, and it really is my super glue of choice. It does go between the wires onto the hoop, but yeah, I haven't had any get on any of my beads. So, and when they some of the super glues will gas out and they will frost your beads, so it takes away all the shine in them. Get each and every one of those. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any tips, tricks, or anything that you'd like me to know about, please leave a comment for me. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.